Welcome back again to another random as anime. In today's video we will be basically exploring Wallace and Gromit's basement. So I have already done a video cleaning the lovely garden, as I have already played the level, but now we get to explore and find all the lovely little hidden Easter eggs we have here. So first off, we of course have the iconic drawing that Wallace, I believe it was Wallace, did of him and Gromit. Let me just jump on this chair, if I can get out of this. Oh no, I'm stuck. Can I get out? There we go. Anyway, here is the lovely picture. We have, let me just switch to a different one. We have Wallace on this side, Gromit on that side, and then we have the spaceship there that they used to draw the blueprints. But over here we have something a bit more interesting. So if I press this button, we have the machine which they use to actually, if I turn it on, to clean Sean from a close shave. So of course we have little like sponges to wash them, and they get sucked up with the hairdryer. And then we have the Knit-O-Matic, which if I stop it has got little straddlers there, which is kind of cool. Let me just turn that off. So yeah, you can like turn some of these on. And then over here we've got some more little Wallace and Gromit styled gadgets, which are pretty cool. Unfortunately this one doesn't do anything. It'd be cool if it did actually like punch. Of course we've got a little petrol machine here. As you can see, he's been using quite a lot. Then over here we've got the designs for the Knit-O-Matic, which is quite cool. Nice that they added that. Got a little movie reference here, Rosebud, from one of the famous movies. We've got the reindeer, whose I believe the eyes light up in the in some of the movies. Then over here we have the machine which is supposed to control it, and then this one I believe, yeah, so that's starting to knit. And then we have a big wheel here as well, which is quite cool. And then if I can jump up here, don't know if it'll let me. Okay. There we go. So you've got the knit machine here, so it's making the sheet wool into a lovely jumper. And then we've got the machine here which kind of just shoves the jumper onto Wallace, which is quite cool. So yeah, this is pretty neat. There's quite a lot of little hidden things here. So there's like, you got another one of the Gromit's little books there, because Gromit likes to read. We have like one of the arms here from one of the many inventions of Wallace and Gromit, which is quite cool. I believe in this this DLC of Powerwash Simulator, we actually have hands like that because we're supposed to be one of Wallace's inventions. That's just going around cleaning. And then of course we have loads of barrels of soap for the machine. I didn't notice that before. Yeah, so there's like loads of boxes everywhere, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean there's not really much in this one compared to... There's a few more things in this one compared to some of the other levels. But it's more like tiny little little Easter eggs to like close shave because it's mainly where this one is. So you got like sheep wool, shaving buds, wool up there as well. So it's very much close shave in this one. And then if I go up here a little bit, we've got some more. Yeah, I've got a couple more little bits up here. Yeah, it's pretty cool because there's a lot to kind of have a look at. Anyway, now we have completed our cleaning job. I believe it is. Oh yes, and before we kind of complete our job, we do have this lovely painting over here, which I could be wrong, but I do believe that's a scene from Close Shave. Like they have the sheep there, and I believe it's a scene where Preston is sheep napping, not sheep napping, sheep rustling some of the sheep along with Sean, and Sean gets away. So let's go up here, and then we'll finish our job. Because there we go. Look at the mess it was before. I've done so much work. Like, look at this. There we go. 100%. £400. I'm not going to complain about that. Right. Wallace and Gromit's vehicles is the next stage. Okay. We will start the next job. Yeah, this is just a like a little DLC add-on that you can get for Powerwash Simulator, but it's quite nice because there's not really many Wallace and Gromit games on PS4. I think there's a few on PS2, but again, like it's really hard to get some of them nowadays because the PS2 is not quite as available. Okay, so we have the car there. We have another vehicle there. Okay, we got the wrong trousers. Okay, I believe that's Gromit's plane. Okay, I'm gonna have actually before we do that. Can I flip you over? I should be able to flip you over. No, I don't want a ladder right now. Can I get rid of this? Because this is really annoying me. Thank you. Okay, so I can't flip that over at the moment because I think that's over the edge of that. So it's stopping me from flipping it over. In any case, I believe we should start with the wrong trousers because, you know, arguably, they are the most iconic out of the vehicles. Granted, they only like appear in one movie, or technically two if you count a close shave, Vengeance Most Foul. But there we go. It's coming straight off. Look how lovely it's gonna look. Yeah, I do kind of wish there was more Wallace and Gromit games, because I do kind of feel that people would buy it. Like I'd definitely play it if they brought out more games, or even just did like ports of like the PS2 games. And because I know what this game's like. Right, now we need to switch to, I believe, the yellow one? Yeah, the yellow one gets rid of rust. Because, you know, if we're gonna go for a giant heist and like force Wallace to do grand theft, we might as well make him look tidy as he does it. I do kind of wish there was the rocket to clean. I mean, that still might be a level, to be fair. But that would have been quite cool if you just got to actually clean the rocket. But yeah, I mean, this is quite cool. I mean, it's quite basic because like all you're really doing is just cleaning it. It's not something that's that difficult or challenging. But I mean, it's pretty nice. I like what you see at the end when you actually get to see it all look nice and shiny. There we go, and jump on top, and I can blast the inside with water. There we go. I think that's done. Oh, still hitting things apparently. See, the only problem with like Wallace and Gromit styled vehicles and that is there's so many little like bolts and tiny little things you can miss. Right, let's start on Gromit's plane next. My second favourite vehicle out of like some of them. I need the step now, don't I? Can I? You can go there. Yeah, I love the plane. It's just like the colour. The colour really pops. It was really fun in the movie. And we're gonna jump on it now so we can actually clean the rest of this damn thing. Yeah, I really like it. It's quite cool. I think the spaceship would have been cool to have. Maybe if they do one for the Switch, if they do another DLC like this for the Switch 2, Feather's submarine would be pretty fun. Yeah, like part of me kind of wishes they had a bit of Wallace and Gromit music as well, but and then at the same time, I'm kind of grateful they don't have the music because I know how kind of touchy YouTube is when it comes to music, and I don't really want to get my video demonetized or just copyright striked, because that's happened with a couple of the Warner Brothers. Ooh, I don't know what happened there. I just got absorbed into the flowers. I don't think it's going to be long and then we'll be done with the plane. Yeah, it's looking a lot better now. I don't think you need to clean the stand underneath. I think it's just the plane itself, so that's pretty good. Kind of like one less thing to have to worry about. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get the wheel because I can't get in there. I want to make sure I get the propeller blades. There we go. Right, now if I stand up again, there's a bit over here I need to do. Yeah, this is a little bit tedious because there's like so many little tiny nooks and crannies on the Wallace and Gromit vehicles. So yeah. It is quite a little fun little just DLC thing that they added. Like, it doesn't add a whole bunch to the game because there's nothing really, like, no new mechanics or anything like that. Kind of dramatic they add. I think I want to say that that's this done now. Right, I just want to do the bottom underside of it, what the tail is. And then I'm going to move on to a different vehicle then. Because I think I've done most of the plane now. Alright, so we got this one over here. Which I think is from Close Shave. It looks like the scooper that picked up all the sheep and just threw them into the Knit-O-Matic. And then out here we have a car, which I might do the car first. Ah, top button. So that is from A Matter of Life and Death, which I believe was one of the specials they did. Because that's the one where they were basically going into the bakery business, and Wallace got the romantic attention of a serial killer who was trying to kill loads of bakers. I believe Gromit gets a girlfriend in that one. She gets like it's like a poodle he has dealings for, I guess. I mean, they're essentially just cartoons anyway, so. Alright, I need the stall so I can actually get a bit more height. Is that as close as I'm gonna get? Yeah. But yeah, no, I am liking this. I just kind of wish there was, I mean, there still might be more, because I don't think this is the last part of the DLC. It might be. I could be just completely wrong. But I am enjoying it so far. It's quite nice. It's not like super difficult. Especially when most of it is on metal anyway, so your little white, your yellow nozzle and the white nozzle can pretty much take out everything, which is quite handy, to be honest. And when it's more vehicles, you can kind of speed it up a little faster. Where I am walking on air at this point. Oh, there we go. Gravity caught up with me. Yeah, I know there are some other DLCs you can get, like Shrek and Warhammer. I did try the Lara Croft one because I thought it could have been fun, but it was strangely a little bit boring because I was expecting like tombs or like maybe like a mummy sarcophagus or some kind of more interesting things like that. It was mainly just the manor house, which is very cool and iconic in its own way, but it's a little bit boring when you got like Wallace and Gromit's car or Wonderland. Anyway, we are slowly getting through this, so we should be through it quite fast actually. And what's quite nice about this is it actually kind of does tell you when you're getting very close to the end, because it actually pops up with I think it was like the last 3 or 4 things you got to clean, which is pretty helpful, especially when you're working on either like something really big or like a large area. That's one wheel, and that's the other wind mirror. I think it's just this wheel now, I believe. Unless I've missed something, which I might have done. Let's have a look. Maybe, yeah, there we go. There's also, what I find with the Wallace and Gromit ones, there are lots of like big curvy bits and like little bolts which they want you to clean. Okay, I think that's done. I can't spot any more anyway. So now we've done the car. Pick the stall up. Let's not leave our step in the middle of the road. Now we just got this one to do. So yeah, because this actually flips over. So that's kind of what I was hoping, that it would have been one of the vehicles that you could clean. Because it would have been cool if you could just flip it over and then have yeah, I think this is the vehicle from Close Shave. I don't know. If I'm wrong, please someone let me know in the comments on YouTube if I've completely guessed the vehicle wrong, which I might have done, because there's so many like wacky inventions in Wallace and Gromit. Because I think this one goes up to a matter of life and death. So to my knowledge, there's no Vengeance Most Foul, because that's quite a recent movie. So there won't be any references to that. You got some references to Feathers, because obviously he's one of the main baddies from the second movie. Sorry, not the first movie, because that's where they go to space. Yeah. I mean, we're getting through this pretty quickly, actually. I mean, the first couple of times I've done this, these levels, it's usually taken quite a while. So it's quite nice that when you get towards the end, it's just large vehicles. You can kind of speed it up a little bit, because it would kind of drag on a little bit if it was all just large buildings. Ooh, I got stuck there for a second then. Yeah, so I think on the first playthrough I did of this, I did actually show this little pond. This actually bit of path does flip over to the pond, which is a little reference to the first Wallace and Gromit movie, where they go into space to the moon to collect some cheese, which is quite nice because it's nice that they've actually added little details like that, because they don't really need to. It does kind of show that the people who've went in to make this have kind of done some research, and there is some care going into it, which is quite nice. It's not just a massive cash grab like some of the DLCs nowadays. But yeah, we're going through it. It's pretty vast, actually. It's kind of why I like the yellow and white nozzle. They just have a nice decent amount of power. You can just clean everything so fast. This vehicle is bugging me though, so I'm gonna have to look this up afterwards. I'm pretty sure it's from a close shave, but I could be wrong. I don't know what that says because it's too small. Probably telling me off for just spamming the wash button. Right, now we can go up a level. Can I just stick you on the floor? I just want to put this down so I don't have to deal with it. Get there. Only just so I can clean behind the ladder. Is there any more there? The only thing is, it's like treads as well. Okay, alright, let's climb up on top. It might actually from Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I don't know, because he got a knitted glove. It's very curious. Definitely, like, let me know in the comments on over on YouTube if you know which Wallace and Gromit movie this creation is from, because I am kind of at the point where it looks familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on which movie it's from. Right. Okay, now we just got to clean the driving seat area. This has got to be nice and clean for where Wallace or Gromit decide to take it for a spin. I'm actually speeding through this pretty fast. It normally takes me a lot longer to do these. Okay, so I still got to do this in here. And then if I can do the front of it. And then I will check to see what I've missed, because there's probably going to be something really small that I've just completely overlooked. Alright, now I've done that side, I can pop this over here. Anything I've missed? There's a bit there. Hang on. I want to jump onto that thing there. That arm. But right, so has that got rid of that bit? Yeah, it has. 99% done. Right, so what is the 1% I've missed? Also, if you go in here, we have a lot of Gromits little things, which is quite cute. I cleaned that earlier. So what am I missing then? Not that, because that's already cleaned. Anything I've missed on this, maybe? Maybe on the gun? Trouble is, there's so many like little nooks and crannies for like teeny tiny bits of dirt to hide. Okay, I don't think it's the plane. Anything I've missed on the car, maybe? Because there could be like a tiny bit of specks of dirt or something I've just missed. Okay, so there was a window. Okay. So it was the car, there was some like teeny tiny bits I missed. Right. Let's see. What about that bit there? Is that it? Is this what I've missed? Don't think that's it, because it would have definitely should have been by now if it was that. Okay, so there's a car. Maybe there's something on this that I've missed. Yeah, it's on the arms. So there's one arm. Du-du-du-du-du-du. What are we missing? A bumper. Is it on this one? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, we'll stick that there for a minute. So apparently we haven't finished doing this. Well, there it is. That's done. Now what? What else are we missing? I need to see if there's anything flashing. Anything up here? I'm not seeing anything glowing. Maybe... Oh, hang on. I can see... okay, so it's this under here we've not cleaned. Right. So that's that bit cleaned. What else do we need to do? See, it's something on the plane. Oh no, it's the Snowmatic, so start with machine again. And this one seems to give me a bit of issues this time, hasn't it? Okay, well, we needed to do that anyway, so... Ah, okay, so this one we can actually get inside. Now, I didn't know that. Because a lot of them, you can't actually do that. Right, so what is the next on our list of things to do? Fridge handle. That is on the back of this thing. There we go. This ladder is like constantly in the way. Can I... I just want to put on the floor. Can I not put it on the floor? I will lean on the car for now. Okay, so it's both sides. There's one. That's two. What is next on our list? The arm, okay. Now I need the ladder back. Cool, that's the arm. Top arm bracket. So it's that bit there. What is next? So over here it gives you a percentage. So if you become unsure what you need to clean, it gives you little hints on what you need to do next. So, which is pretty good, because if it didn't have that, then I'd get completely lost. Especially with some of these levels, because they're not very clear on what you're missing. Anywho, we've got to try and wash the last tyre. So apparently there's one tyre, of course it's the middle one, we haven't fully cleaned, but now we have. I'm just going to do a run around just to check that there's no other ones. I think this is a techno trousers legs. Okay. It is kind of cool that they do actually have like an actual name, but nobody uses the name because they just go by the movies. By what they... Okay, I think that's those done. Alright. What else have we missed? Clean, 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 clean. Oh, there's something there. I can spot 3 things so far. Okay, so it's these little arm things here on the gun that need a good clean. That's one. Yeah, this is kind of what I was saying, where it's like, it's pretty cool we've got this, but then, because there's so many tiny little fidgety gadget things, it's quite easy to like, just miss something. What is it now? I believe that's a plain seat. Where is my stool? I need you. Stick it there. Right, that is the plain seat done. What is next? Okay. There we go. Sun visor. Okay. I believe that is on the bacon. Sun visor's clean. Bakery. Rear window. Right. Okay. We are getting through this. It's not taking us nearly as long as some of the other levels I've done. Okay, cool. So we've got the headlights, the side door hinges, and the tires that need to be done. Right. It's gonna be like, there we go. There's one. I think it's just the side door hinges now. In fact, actually, where is my soap? There we go. There we go. Then, job done. Right. So, we have completed another job. But before we do, we're going to have a little look. So, we have the car here. Freshly cleaned. Ready for action. We have the Snow-O-Matic, which I don't remember from the show. That might just be a invention for the game. We of course have the wrong trousers here, and we have the iconic plane as well. Right, let's see what we did. And yeah, if you have a look at our character, we are like one of the like a little robot, which is quite cool. Right, let's complete our job, and I think that might be. No, it's not the last level. Ah, yes. So, I was really hoping we were going to get to do this. So this video might be a bit long, because yeah, this video might be a little long. But it's quite cool because I literally just said in the last one that I really was hoping we get to go to the moon. So I might end the video here. Where is? That's a shame. It would have been fun if like you just looked up, you could see Earth. We're gonna end the video here, and then we'll start again in a moment with what I think is the last level of this. I don't know. It's very crazy, but yeah, we will see what happens next time. That was a really bad smiley face. Anyway, we will see what happens next time. I've been Ash, this has been Random As Anime. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow us over at Random As Anime. Random As Productions. Bye!